Some children are called mature, when what they really are is emotionally unprotected. They do not grow up fast because they are ready. They grow up fast because life teaches them too early that being soft is risky, being needy is inconvenient, and being responsible is safer than being seen. So they change, quietly. They stop asking for too much. They stop crying where people can hear them. They start paying attention to everyone else's emotions before their own. And little by little, they become the stable one, the easy one, the one who understands, the one who can handle it. Psychology recognizes something painful here. When a child grows up in an environment where emotional safety is inconsistent, the mind does not stay open and innocent for long. It adapts, and sometimes that adaptation looks like strength, but it is not the kind of strength a child was ever supposed to build that early. Some children learn responsibility before they ever learn security. They become emotionally useful. They calm other people down. They stay quiet to avoid becoming a burden. They carry tension they do not have words for. And over time, their brain starts confusing self-suppression with maturity. That is one of the deepest wounds of growing up too fast. You get praised for coping, while no one notices what coping is costing you. And this pattern does not always disappear in adulthood. It often follows people for years, because early independence is not always confidence. Sometimes it's survival. A child who learned that support is unreliable often stops reaching for it, not because they don't need comfort, but because needing and not receiving hurts more than staying silent. So they become self-reliant too soon. They look composed, they look capable, they look strong, but inside there's often a part of them that never learned what safe dependence feels like. That's why some adults seem incredibly independent, yet feel deeply uncomfortable when someone tries to care for them. Even rest can feel wrong. For people who grew up too fast, rest does not always feel peaceful. It can feel unsafe. Doing nothing can feel undeserved. Slowing down can feel like losing control, because their nervous system learned that peace was not always protection. Sometimes peace was only the quiet before the next problem. So even later in life, they may feel valuable only when they are useful. They may feel guilty when they rest. They may call it discipline, when really it's old survival energy still running in the background. And maybe that's the part people misunderstand most. Growing up too fast does not always create cold people. Very often, it creates deeply empathetic people who learn to read the room before they ever learn to read themselves. People who care deeply, people who notice everything, people who became dependable because childhood did not feel fully safe. So, if you grew up too fast, psychology does not just see damage, it sees adaptation. It sees a nervous system that learned to survive before it learned to feel safe. And healing is not about becoming less strong. It's about realizing that strength is no longer the only thing you are allowed to be. You are allowed to need. You are allowed to receive care. You are allowed to rest. And you are allowed to stop performing maturity every second of your life. Because the child in you did not need more pressure. They needed protection. And maybe healing begins the moment you finally realize life is no longer asking you to be the adult before your time.